2002 HD. All right, so when you look at the rear of my unit standing outside, the left side is always lower.
Yep.
I have measured it.
Yep. Yep.
That's common.
Yep.
No big deal. There's
The
no
left
weight
side-
on it.
It's actually the left front corner
I'm
that's
not
low.
in there. There's no additional.
They almost all of them list to the left.
They do.
Some folks have said, oh, but it's because you got the generator over here and you got this over here. Yeah, but think about it. You got a steel propane tank on the other side, and on the HD, you got a water tank on the other
22
side.
gallons of water, that's pretty much balanced.
So, yeah,
But the biggest problem is that when Winnebago built them, they did not adjust the torsion bars on the front.
yeah.
And
This is the rear.
Well,
Well,
it affects, it don't make a
still-
difference, it affects the tilt. It leans in the front, it's gonna
Still-
lean in the back.
Still,
Not as much in the back, but it still leans.
it's same.
So don't worry about it.
Just keep it driving. The best thing you can do to our Rialtas is drive them. They're, unbeknownst to all of our problems we're talking about, that Rialta is really a tough little bird.
Oh, I know.
We drove the socks off of it. We have been on inclines, 4,000 RPM in second gear for 10 miles, going up like this. And it took every mile of it. Now, when we topped out, you're coasting downhill. Now, another thing that I got bid on, we went up to a fire tower place, and on the way down, in second gear, I had it pulled down, I started smelling brakes. And I had to wind up pulling it all the way down to first gear to save my brakes. So it's a tough little dude. Just drive it.
And smooth riding, you're not.
There was a
gonna
lady
find it.
from Michigan. She started out with a 95. She probably had the best attitude that any Rialta owner could have. Drive it until it breaks, you fix it, drive it some more.
Yeah,
It's nice to break down and you have a bathroom and kitchen with you.
Yeah.
yeah.
You can break down somewhere, you're still at home.
You can trim it with the airbags too.
Yeah. The airbags on my first rig, I never could keep them aired up and didn't bother troubleshooting the problem. I took it to a spring and axle shop and had another leaf spring put on the back of each side and threw the bags away.
Yeah.
And it brought it up just a little bit, and it made it handle
Better.
so much better.
Right.
It handled almost like our Grand Caravan. It didn't have so much of this, which the Rialta doesn't have much of anyway. But it really firmed the ride up, and that was the biggest plus for the addition of the leaf springs. One of our rigs, it's not here, had so much weight in it that the fella called me after we'd left the rig off. He was a friend of ours. And he says, we can't put in one leaf spring. We took the air out of the bags and it went to the axle. It was that overloaded.
Two
They had to put-
half-inch leads in
They had to put 2 extra leaves on each side. So you can do that, forget about the bags. Now, should you do that, a little tip. Before you do it on some dark night, turn on your headlights and mark where the high beams or low beams are. Then when you get the springs put in, go back to the same spot, adjust your headlights for the same place. Been there, done that.
And he doesn't use the airbags. I put an extra leaf in both sides of mine. I kept the airbags. And I had a leak, I found the leak, it was a cracked fitting, and anyway, if you can keep the airbags, they can add you some additional support and some trimming capability if you're concerned about being off level.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to run the same amount in both sides.
So, what you just said, I could put more air in that left side and it
Yep.
would be,
You could.
Yeah.
I
like,
use-
instead of running 6, I could go
even
75
what they're
on
made
that
for.
side
They're-
and 60 on that.
They're made for leveling.
They're rated to 100. I wouldn't run it consistently 100 because when you hit some really
You gotta
bad
have
stuff.
minimum 20, maximum 100.
Yeah.
Okay, but I could put more in the left side
Oh,
just
yeah,
to raise it.
Whatever you
And
want, either
you
one.
Just trim your vehicle with the bags.
I thought 30 too.
I
But
ran.
the
I read
60.
somewhere 30.
Yeah.
I don't know, I read somewhere
You
30.
could. The trick is do not run the bags with no air, because then they will tend to collapse on themselves and they deteriorate more.
Rub holes in
I just put
I
new ones
ran
in.
60 in every place. The bags, now don't forget the spare. All 4, 2 bags in the spare, I went 60 in everything.
All
I got
four.
that.
I did that
only
for a
got two.
while and found out the way I'm loaded, I've ended up at 62 in the front, and 67 in the rear on my tires.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's higher than,
I
I told
was talking
some guy,
about airbags,
some
not
guy who's
tires.
like, no, that's too much, and I said, I don't care, put it in there anyway.
Whenever I check the bags, I just hold it on there, and if it comes out anything at 50 or more, I just leave it.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Pretty cool.
Every time you check the pressure on the airbag, you lose
Yeah,
10
you
pounds.
lose the, yeah.
So you gotta go high,
I always
then
put in a half pound more.
check
than
it a
comes
few
out.
times until you
By
get
the
down
time
to
you
the
take the
pressure
chuck
you want.
off, you've lost a pound or two.
Yeah, yeah. I have, oh, I'm sorry. go ahead, honey.
Yeah, we just had a situation where she just bought tires, but didn't realize the load rating.
Well,
Oh,
I realized it, but nobody else would listen to me.
But the guy only put in 35 PSI, 'cause that's what it said on the tires. But then we
That's wrong
realized
tires.
that,
Right.
that's
that
right.
they were just almost
Yeah.
flat, you know.
Speaking of tires, there are numbers on the side that tell you the rating and the load capacity and everything in the world that I don't know half of it is. But to me, in round numbers, you want that tire to be able to carry approximately 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good rule of thumb.
The rear tires are rated, have a load index of 109,
Yeah,
Yep.
mine do, yeah.
and that's 2,231 pounds each.
I bought two 20s and they have a higher load index.
That's fine.
At
Higher fine.
25. And I had asked a question about, so, you know, I did some research and it said, you know, if you're at 70% of the weight, put 70% of the air in the tire. They're rated to go up, I think, to 70 cold. So should I just
Usually
watch
225s are rated at 112.
Yeah, that's what mine are rated
Okay.
at, I think, and I did that.
I'm
all
still,
around.
I've got 225s right now, and I'm still running the higher pressure because the pressure on the side of the tire, it'll have a maximum pressure.
Yes.
Yep.
And it doesn't make any difference if I get 195s, 215s, or 225s, they all have a maximum of 70 PSI. So that's not going to change it a lot.
So I should still run it like 65, 62 or something like that, or
You need to
If you're
watch.
not heavily
Well,
loaded,
I
you
know.
run 60 all around, which is what they were originally.
run 60 all around, okay.
Yeah, watch your tread. You've got to watch how your tread wears. I've got two.
That's what I did. Mine was wearing more on the outside, so it wasn't high enough. Because the middle was not pushing on the road. The middle was pushing.
In other words, your tread was doing like
Putting
this.
Yeah.
more on it and got it leveled out, so that's where I ended up at 62 and 67.
And remember, those numbers on the tires are maximum cold pressure.
Cold
Right.
pressure.
So they never give you a hot pressure maximum, and I went crazy trying to find that out because my temperature.
There is no such
Yeah.
thing.
They give me a temperature
Yeah.
from the tire pressure monitor.
Right.
And it'll go well beyond 70.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So if it says maximum.
Never
cold-
check your tires if you've driven more than 3 miles.
Yeah.
I have a TNPS too.
They're-
and-
Once you get to 3 miles, they're too hot to be accurate.
Yeah, I just want to remind people about the age of the tires. If you don't drive a whole lot,
Yeah.
once they're, what do you say, 5 years old?
Six,
Well, the
six
industry
is
is six.
supposed to be about the maximum.
6 to 8.
And there is a code on the tire that you can check.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah.
There'll be a
DOT?
dot code, and then at the end there'll be, and it's only on one side of the tire. So 90% of the time it's on the
And
inside.
they mount it on the
So
inside,
you
so you
have to
can't
go
check
and
it.
look, but there'll be a code, date code there, and the first 2 digits are the week,
Of the
and the
year.
last 2 digits are the year that the tire was made.
Like 22 would be the 22nd week of 2022.
And it's very dangerous to ignore that.
If you buy new tires
I
online,
was just gonna, that's what I was gonna say.
you can get 4 or 5-year-old tires
Yeah.
Yes.
because they'll dump them on anybody that doesn't know about the date codes.
I ordered some online one time, and they came in and they were all 4 years old. And I called them, or wrote to them, and I said, that ain't gonna cut it. Okay, they sent me shipping labels to send them back, and they sent me some more, and they were newer.
Yeah,
It's a-
also
it's a
when
game
you
they
get the
play.
tire, look at it, because I ordered
Well-
some that had the right load rating, I got them all put on, and when I was checking the air pressure, they weren't the right load rating, and so I had to send them, it was simple tires too, they
And
fixed it though.
it depends on well, You just gotta find somebody to deal with that you trust.
Discount Tire, in my experience, they have told me they will not keep them in the warehouse when they're over 6 months old. They will not sell them to anybody over 6 months
I was
old.
told,
They sell them to somebody else that sells them on the internet.
Resellers.
I was told that a good tire business, they have their tires stored in a temperature and humidity controlled warehouse where technically they don't age.
Technically.
A little bit, yeah, but not like you got them sitting out in the sun and everything. So if they're stored properly, if you bought 4 or 5 new tires and you wrapped them all in plastic bags and you put them in your house where it was temperature controlled, they'd probably still be like brand new in 10 years.
Like a McDonald's hamburger.
But if you put them in your shed outside where it gets 120 in the summer, all bets are off. I'm lucky because I wear out tires before they get too old. A set of tires will last me 3 years, give or take.
One other thing on the
Just go more, then you don't have to worry about
There you
it.
go.
on the 235s, the maximum pressure on the 235s is 100 psi. So you go to a true 10 ply rated tire, you're in a different design completely. Up to 225, I think it's a standard 70.
Probably, 69 or 70.
Yeah.
Depends on the brand and all
But I
that.
went to 235s in the back, and it's a completely different type of tire.
Got to dream big, or don't dream at all.